Don't tell me this acorn doesn't look like a cute, hold on, hedgehog. It absolutely does. I had to show this to you. So here I was, home, having fourth day still, a spiking fever. Well, not spiking, otherwise I wouldn't be here, but I was on 37.8, and my temperature tends to be around 35, so it's pretty high for me. I took a paracetamol. It's hotter than the kitchens of hell these days in here. Like people say, it feels like Africa. Well, duh, we're not that far away from it to begin with, but it's way too hot. And so before dinner time, in hopes, as you can see, I still have a stuffy nose and I still look scary. COVID vaccine, you guys. Before dinner time, I took my car and I came here. It's a private place it's a private place that we own. You saw on the other vlog and you came with me last year. Here, this is a place, and it consists of, oh, let's go there. Oh, Jesus, I feel crummy. Of two little lakes on the river that you can swim, but this one, the water's flowing, like it's swimmable and everything, but not as much as it used to last year because we didn't have so many rains. So it's filled with leaves from the trees. It's just like that. And right now, because it's evening, there's plenty of this, I don't know how you say it, this mosquitoes. Are not mosquitoes, it's the ones that they hop on top of water. Well, this. And I just had to scare them away and I took a little swim. In here, let's just get a little bit in water. Of course, I won't be swimming now. But yay, it's wonderful. It's like, I don't know, 25 meters of length per 5-6 meters, maybe a little bit more, some places of width. And width, can I pronounce this with the stuff? Clearly not. And so at least now I'm not boiling. You know, I was boiling from inside because of the little fever that I have because of the vaccine, and I was boiling also because it was a sauna situation because it's boiling outside. So I decided that maybe this is gonna help me tonight to get some much deserved sleep. And here we are. And now I didn't come here just to hang out and stay here forever. Even though, like, if you're used to, let's just put it this way, if you're used to swimming in the ocean, coming to a river, it's very cold. But to me, I'm used to, and so it's no problem. Like the first second that you put your legs, it's like, okay, and then you're good to go. Now I'm gonna get out of water. Look, there's little fishes and everything. This means that the ecosystem is healthy as it can be. Now I'm not even gonna dry my hair with the towel or anything. I'll just allow it to be, just so it keeps me cool, like it's gonna be a cool system. There's mosquitoes, like real mosquitoes biting me. I can feel them right now. Oh my god. I mean, when you go to the river, you have to be careful in the evenings. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. I'm just gonna get dressed and be gone home. But last year, it was, oh, mosquitoes everywhere. It was madness. People would find every single spot because you couldn't leave town. And this year, because given the fact that people can commute to the beach, which is roughly, if that, 20 minutes away from here, people prefer going to the beach. Me, myself, I enjoy the beach, but I prefer the river because in here, you don't get sandy. You don't get all filled with this feeling, you know, this crunchy feeling to get when you go to the beach. And the water is cleaner and fresher, and it's self-explanatory, right? Anyway, there's that. So all of a sudden, I just want to go home, lay in bed, and sleep. I didn't sleep much last night, and I am shaky. I'm tired. and it's been a struggle. And it's about to storm, which I am grateful for. I should have taken a nap before coming and putting a brush onto the canvas, but I didn't, and so I messed up. But now I'll be damned. Like, I will be damned forever if I don't finish this. So I'll pull through. I'll just put on a playlist and see what I can manage to do. But we'll see if it's salvageable or I'll just strip it and start over. And that kills me. Kills me. There you go. Gordon, do you want to tell the vlog how on earth you managed to fit in here? Can you disassemble your bones or something? Is there a trick? I kid you not. This dog is bigger than I am and it's fitting in half the space than I do. Tell him the secret. Are you foldable, Gordon? Tell him I'm on a diet and I already lost like 4 pounds. Right? See, I'm way more defined. You know how Labradors tend to be obese? Well, but he's exercising, and today we decided to take it easy. Yesterday, for whatever reason, I couldn't function. I couldn't come and go on a hike, and I missed them. Well, today I woke up and it's apparent, you hear my voice. Sorry. I'm not at my best, but I'm better. And so we decided to take a shorter hike. Just 5 kilometers, just for starters, and, you know, to visit them. So, I just received another email that someone tried to break into my Instagram account. Now, this has been happening for the past few months, every other week, every 3 weeks. I'm not one who likes trouble, but you best believe that if I find who that person is, like honestly, what do they think what do they expect they're gonna find there to begin with? And is your life that sad that you have to break into other people's Instagram account? Like, go figure. Hello everyone. Monday. I don't know if you can still hear my voice, all like congested. I am to be set apart from all human life up until tomorrow, because yesterday I got a PCR. Because ever since the COVID vaccine, I haven't been feeling good. And now I feel crummy, feel miserable. The only thing I don't have is a fever. Oh my god, this bird just caught a butterfly. Swallow. And so, what I've been doing is staying home majorly. But I just received this message that in a couple weeks, for town festivals, there's this contest where they give a humongous prize for the best paintings, and I'm coming here to a historical place that I'll show you just in a few. You're seeing history as I am walking, because I think this is a place that not very many people will take into consideration. And so I'm taking photos of here. This is the aerodrome. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm like if I had COVID but without having COVID. Go Pfizer. From the Spanish Civil War. And I'll just, for instance, this is the Polikarpov I-16, it says, was a new long-wing Soviet monoplane fighter with retractable landing gear and metallic wings covered with fabric. The first versions had two 7.62mm SHKAS, I don't know, machine guns, and enclosed, cockpit. Piloting this plane was very demanding and high-speed landing. High-speed landing was problematic for less experienced pilot. The Type 5 were used here in this town.
So this was a building that first belonged to the Soviet soldiers. They came from Russia to support the Republican side on the Spanish Civil War. And then the Germans who were fighting for the Kaiser and with the dictators, with the dictator side, with Franco, took over this aerodrome. And then, so at the beginning of the Spanish Civil War, this was a very important strategic place for combat planes to fly, to bomb towns and whatnot, big cities. Many planes flew away from here to the biggest battle of the Spanish Civil War. Was a disaster, La Batalla del Ebro, Ebro's battle. It's not so far away from here, and I mean, you have to treat this. I cannot laugh in here. You have to treat this with respect. And so first were the Soviets in here, and then German troops came here. And the German troops, what they did for the people of my town is they provided jobs, because all of a sudden you're in the middle of war, everything was confiscated, even, you know, lands, nothing belonged to you no more. And they provided jobs for some women in town. They had a music band. They would play concerts for the villagers on Sundays. But, you know, in here there were it wasn't a place of troops, it was a place of pilots. And so when they received the orders, they just all of this is new trees around here. They just cleared all this area, and right behind those mountains, you go towards Aragon, near Zaragoza, where the Ebro battle happened. And so they received the orders, and from here they would fly. And there are many stories from all these pilots. Many pilots lived in here. Many. There are still pilots who died, like when they were taking off, the plane crashed. Many stories. They were not that experienced, and obviously the Soviet Union and Germany just came here to Spain to fight, but not to defend the Spanish people from the evil that war has with it, but mostly to train for World War II. It was a training camp, as sad as this sounds. This is can we not butcher German? Messerschmitt. I don't know. Messerschmitt. I don't know. Bf-109. The Messerschmitt was the most modern German fighter plane, equipped with a 610 engine, which was designed in 1934. So this plane behind me, they have the actual planes built in a museum here in town, but right now it's not open. Here they just have as you can see, the image, because otherwise it would get damaged. It's historical, you name it. First sight of this Bf-109 planes in combat was during the Spanish Civil War, when it was used in an experiment way for World War II. Early versions were equipped with two 7.62mm MG-17 machine guns. The J-88 fighter group from the Condor region, Germany, had the B, C, D, and E series at the airfield. And this is the plane, and all of them, I know this because I heard the story. They had this Disney, the pilots would paint the Disney as a good luck charm. Disney things like this. There's Mickey Mouse. There's this had in here. I don't know the name right now, but it's all over, you know. So here starts a bunker that goes underneath. And as you can see, this is the airway that they restored. And the bunker goes out all that way because when the bombs dropped, come on. And this is the building that they restored for historical purposes, of course. Because things should never be forgotten, you know. It's a disgrace that this exists, you know, because this means that there was a war, but it's never to be forgotten. Now, just so it doesn't repeat, the history doesn't repeat itself, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I don't know if you can see all those lines in here, more reddish. This they have preserved, they haven't touched. In here reddish, in here you can see darkish. This is not the wall itself. This building was painted in a camo style during the Spanish Civil War. And so what you're seeing more reddish were the olive trees. So they painted this in disguise of the general surroundings. So whenever they flew up, it would be harder to recognize because this was painted exactly like the surroundings. So it was camouflaged, you know. Hey, let's translate so I can tell you exactly what happened here. Not everything, but I'm translating just the main part, okay? In the middle of 1937, the War Ministry expropriated the lands which would become the airfield of La Senia. Over 9,000, you guys, olive trees, this is a massacre, were cut down. The Air Force field was built since it was strategically situated. Equidistant from Barcelona, Valencia is accessible between the railway stations of Tortosa, Ulldecona, and Vinaròs, and with enemy objectives in its acting range. Dreadful. On September 1937, and before the end of the airfield construction, the first Spanish and Soviet pilots were settled down. And what I show you. They were among both the 21st group of the Polikarpov I-16 fighter planes and the 24th group of the Tupolev SB-2 Katyuska bombardiers. On the 9th March 1938, the troops of Franco started an offensive from Aragon with the aim of separating Catalonia from Valencia, and so they succeeded, motherfuckers. On the 4th, this is my adding, I'm sorry. On the 4th April 1938, the Republican aviation evacuated the airfield since the rebel troops were so nearby. Today, the mortal remains of the Russian pilot Nikolai Bolochenko rest in the cemetery of La Senia. He died when he was flying off on the 4th of November 1937. And on here it says that they left on April 4th, the Republican, and April 14th, the Spanish, the Francoist troops occupied La Senia. So 10 days later, after they left, and they took over this building and all its surroundings. And this was the beginning of the doom for us Spaniards, and a subsequent period of 40 plus years of darkness and dictatorship and repression and doom. And as you can see, this is a photo from those times. All of this they cleared out. This was the aerodrome, pilots. There you have it. So in a nutshell, I'm showing you this because I think it's historical, important. Like, you cannot see much, like, this is not Disneyland, this is quite the opposite. But at the same time, you know, it's something interesting that I can show you around here. And in having said that, let me just flip the camera and I'll show you this. But as I told you, I came here to take some photographs because there's this local contest of painting and there's a huge prize, and I want in. And because I want in, and I don't want to paint the typical thing that everybody's gonna do. I'm here. Hence all the story. So that's the whole story. I try to speak as and if you see many cuts in this video, it's because I have to stop and cough. I'm sorry. I'm super sorry. And hopefully tomorrow they give me the result of the PCR, and hopefully it's just the vaccine and it's not COVID, because if I had COVID, I cannot understand how on earth, because I haven't had contact like with anyone IRL. Anyway, so with this we're closing the vlog. I have to take photos as I told you. Love you.